Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. This is Talgis here, that's right, Seda, casting another of the CSL Season 5 playoffs from the semifinals on. We did finish with the West and Northern Division, and finally, we are here. We are at the Central Division. We do get to see some more new and unique teams playing as the Purple Terran on the, the 1 o'clock of Shattered Temple. We do have Ben Cardwell, aka vVvMurDeR, a very powerful name, if that's anything to say about him. And playing for Indiana University, we do have the Teal Zerg, Quasar, aka Brian Bobko. So, personally, I'm a fan of Teal Zerg just because the Satagis Gundam from which I get my namesake is Teal as well. So, I kind of have a little bit of a rooting just kind of appreciation for the Teal Zerg because he plays with the same colors that I do and also happens to play Zerg. So regardless of that random banter and introduction, looks like we do have both players just kind of droning up, getting up to a comfortable supply. Looks like we're about to see a barracks wall and just standard Terran play. Yes, Terran play where he's going to drop that barracks at the wall. Doesn't want to get any run-bys going on later on. Probably going to drop a supply depot right afterwards. Standard safe Terran stuff. And actually we do see a drone scout going out for Quasar. So drone scouting is kind of, it is what it is and it is what it isn't. So actually Quasar also looking to take a hatch first on Shattered Temple. That's also very interesting. So actually going straight for the cross position. He does want to get that scout, but it does look like Murder actually did drop the 58 health supply depot and cancel it so he could get the scout, just to deny Quasar from getting in there with that drone. So actually he may just take down the supply depot. It's starting to get pretty dangerously low, and here comes the SCV barely repairing it. That was getting a little bit dangerous there, and now the drone backs away as the barracks is about to finish. And now we do see a pool going down. Excuse me, this is an SCV. Now scouting around the inside of Quasar's main Murder, playing pretty smart. He hasn't taken a gas yet, so probably going to be banking up a lot of minerals pretty soon. Going to drop a quick third, or natural. Question is, will he take it inside of his main and transfer it to an orbital and allow it to gather that extra energy while it flies over, or will he just drop it in the natural? You never really know. Now we do see the Marine running out, and the SCV is headed over there. Looks like he will hit about 400 minerals. No, instead decides to make another Marine. So Murder just wants to be safe and deny that scouting with the probe when it does come. So yeah, standard mid-game, quick expansion from Quasar, couple Marines out to deny scouting. The Overlord is now running around. It's going to see that expansion pretty soon, and yeah, there we do see Murder dropping the expansion. Some Queens now on their way out from Quasar. These will help defend against Hellions because of the narrow choke. It is very easy to spread creep up to that point and then just get 2 or 3 Queens defending that, and then really you do have to commit to 5 or 6 Hellions to get past those Queens. And we do see Murder continuing to pump out more and more Marines, so I'm not sure if this could be indicative of more bio play. He did take both of his gases. He is banking up a little bit of gas now. So either we're going to see a couple more barracks go down with add-ons or a factory. It depends whether or not Murder wants to stay with that standard bio, Marine Marauder, Medevac, highly mobile play, or if he does want to get those early siege tanks and just be defensive. We actually see a bunker going down as well. So Murder just playing safe, being nice and conservative with this. We actually see a couple Zerglings now on their way out. They are going to take a little bit of fire from those Marines. And Murder looks like he's overextending a little. Oh no, he's doing fine. Quasar, he does know about the expansion. He sees it transforming into an orbital, so he feels pretty safe. We do see more and more Queens going out for Quasar. He needs to spend that Queen's energy. There he goes. Getting that on out of there with the spawn larva, metabolic boost on the way. Quasar also pulls his guys from workers. So as far as saturation goes, he's actually doing really good. He's just 1 under full saturation for this base. Actually just supposed to be 16, but I mean, you know, whatever. Couple more drones are now out. Is at full saturation for this base as well, but looks like he is going to put out a macro hatchery to try to create a little bit of a wall. And we did have a factory go down, reactor on that barracks. We are going to see some Hellion shenanigans coming up pretty soon. We do see Starport, or probably going to be Banshee play, just judging by the tech lab right here. So that Banshee follow-up could be pretty dangerous. It just depends on how Quasar will be able to respond. So we see a couple spine crawlers going down now just to make it even harder. So now if we just look, a queen can camp herself out right here and another two right here to create a wall in that the Hellions can't actually get by, especially with the spine crawler there. So yeah, very, very cool little wall-in sort of technique going on from Quasar. This is exactly what I was talking about. Once you get that creep spread, it is so easy to make it really difficult for Hellions to get in the base. So we do see two are out already. Looks like we are going to have two more going down. And Murder doing the exact same thing, just walling off the entirety of the entrance to his base. That's pretty cool. And oh, we actually see Cloak going down for that Banshee. So looks like Murder really does want to put on the harass with this. And Murder still currently just sticking on one barracks, I believe, now adding on more Marines and Stim, so it looks like he will be going for that bio play. And the Zerglings do scout out those Hellions. Let's see if we can... They will be able to get into the base. I do believe all the buildings at the front are finished producing. The Queens have spread some pretty good creep, and there we go. Now on hold position, they will be able to deny those Hellions completely from getting in. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm going to actually have to learn how to do this if this map is still on. I don't think this map is still on ladder actually, so I'll see if it's applicable to other maps. So we do now see a Banshee is on her way out. Let's see if Murder wants to wait for a second Banshee. No, it looks like he's just going to head out with the first, confident that he can just out micro his opponent. A lot of Lings are down for Quasar, but I don't know if he should try to go for anything. And we actually now see the Zerglings are getting a full surround on the Hellions. Oh, that is huge. Those Hellions camping out on the creep just get caught out of position, not paying attention. It takes a little bit of a big misstep, I suppose. A little big misstep, yes. I know what I'm saying sometimes. And now the Zerglings are running in to scout out the natural of Murder. They do see that those Marines in the bunkers. More Hellions are still going down. If we just take a look at the production, more Banshees are coming out to try to put on more harass. And here comes the Banshee now coming into the main. And Cloak is finished. Quasar doesn't have any sort of detection. His lair is only seconds from finishing. These drones are going to take a lot of fire from this Queen Banshee. And the Queens need to stay together to take out this Banshee. And uh-oh, it looks like one Overseer is in production. More creep needs to be spread. If the Queens are stuck running back and forth on this high ground, they aren't going to be very effective. There's the Overseer. Another one is going down. Probably should send that over to the main just in case. And we just take a look at the units killed. So far, 12 workers have been killed, all by this Banshee. Wow, that is huge. That Banshee really did the economic damage it was trying to. We take a look at the Harvesters, and currently Quasar is currently even with Murder. So really, Quasar falling into a bad position with all that harass and actually going for a Spire. Looks like we are going to see some two-base Baneling Spire play. And uh-oh, one Queen does go down. Here's the creep that I was talking about. Need to just drop a single creep tumor. He does have the energy, but he just needs to get that down just so he has that mobility between his bases, just because there's so much room between the main and the natural on Shattered Temple. So we do see a Spire going down. Looks like we are going to see some Baneling play. As far as upgrades, I don't see any upgrades going down for Quasar. He does have that Evo Chamber. He actually did get +1 Carapace. Rather than any sort of attack. His layer is finished, but I think he's just now saving his gas to get that super quick whole bunch of... oh, we did actually lose a Queen going down there. Excellent death animation. Look at that little tentacle. So just saving up to get those Mutalisks right when they pop, and oh, this poor drone is going to be eliminated. There's another one. 13 kills, 13 workers, and here comes another Banshee. It does fly over the creep, so Quasar does know it is there. It is now just sitting on the creep. So the Spire is finished. Any second now, we're going to see 9 Mutalisks, just because there is a supply block. A scan going down to deny additional creep spread. No, the Hellions are moving out across the map. They're going to roast those Zerglings. How is Quasar going to respond? Oh, man. Looks like some pressure is being put on by Murder. I'm not sure if he's going to try to go in. Oh no, he's just denying the creep spread, just getting rid of all of that hard work that our Zerg friend Quasar was doing. We actually only see 6 Mutalisks going out now because there was a supply cap of Overlords. And there it is. All that creep spread being denied, all that vision now gone. So we do have a couple Mutalisks out. As far as Murder, I don't believe he knows that that Spire is there. He actually did see it building with the Banshee when he was doing the harass, so it's all going to be how he responds just looking around, doesn't look like we have any turrets going down. We do have a couple Marines patrolling around the base, but I'm not sure if it will be enough. And oh no, going straight for the third. Quasar catches a lot of SCVs, needs to focus fire the SCVs. There goes down a couple. I don't know if it's going to be enough to catch up so far. And here come the Hellions, seeing if they're going to curse the skies and try to aim their jets upwards, but I don't know if it'll be able to do anything, and Quasar now should pull away. Stim is finished for Murder. He could stim in. Oh, Quasar not paying attention, losing a lot of those Mutalisks. They're all dying. Oh my goodness. Oh, but it does look like Zerglings and Banelings did bust the front. Oh man, definitely a good trade. The Zerglings now streaming into the main, attacking the SCV lines. They are now getting focused fired by those Hellions and Marines. I don't believe Siege Tank is finished. It is finished. There go the Siege Tanks. Now finally sieging up, going to stop any more run-bys. But the Zerglings are already in the base. They are attacking the SCVs, doing a lot of damage. But I don't know if it was really justified. The Zerg is sitting only on 2 base, while Murder is also on 3 base. So as far as income, I don't know if it was worth it. And here we go. Quasar now running in with those Mutalisks into 3 missile turrets, taking a lot of fire. Does need to get out of there before losing a single Mutalisk, and he does lose 1 Mutalisk. So yeah, that was really, really interesting. We just take a look at the workers killed. Quasar actually ahead by 1 in workers killed, but as far as resources lost, definitely not a favorable trade. Just doubling the amount of total resources lost, really setting himself quite far behind, especially because he's only just now trying to secure his 3rd base, and even just going for the 3rd as well. 4th, excuse me. Looks like he's going for that middle 4th and the cross map 4th. So really, I don't believe Quasar's in that comfortable of a position. He's down 20 supply to his opponent, Murder. He's just now running around with a bunch of Zerglings. I don't know what these Zerglings are going to try to do, potentially just clear out these rocks. And we do actually have a drop running down, so this will not be spotted. There are Overlords around here, but the question is Quasar paying attention? We have seen that he was not paying attention earlier, so he could take a lot of damage from this drop. And here come the Mutalisks. They do see 1 missile turret. Actually, they just focus fire down that reactor that is so expensive, really sets the production back by a grand total 50 seconds. Immediately the reactor just redrops. And oh no, the Mutalisks just walk around the missile turrets. They go straight for the mineral line, taking out 1 worker, 2 worker, 3 worker, 4 workers, and now the Marines are there. Quasar needs to pull away. Really, his Mutalisk control has been kind of lacking, but it does look like, oh, here are the drops coming in, but those Overlords did spot it, and here come the Zerglings now to try to clean up that drop. They are tucked away in a corner, so they will be able to clear away a lot of the Zerglings before getting forced away, but it just doesn't seem to be doing it. A couple Marines now running around the map to try to pick off any other scouting Overlords. These Mutalisks have been taking a lot of fire. Quasar really needs to try to control better. And oh no, running into the Marines. He sees that he's running into the Marines and loses no Mutalisks. Oh, I don't agree with that at all. The Mutalisks are so expensive. They need to get to that critical mass to do the damage to try to take out your opponent, but I just don't know if throwing those Mutalisks away like that is such a good idea. And oh, here comes the Zergling run by into the 3rd. Now that the rocks are down, they should do a lot of damage. Should be focus firing down the SCVs. No reaction yet from Quasar. Looks like he is pulling his SCVs away, but he is going to... 1 command center is on fire. Another barracks was canceled. The other command center is able to lift off before it sets on fire, and the Hellions are able to scare away those Zerglings. This Hellion Marine siege tank composition is the bane of Quasar's current composition of just Zergling Mutalisk, because the Marines, if they do catch the Mutalisk out of position like they have so many times, they will just be able to do a lot of damage. And we actually do have 2 Cloaked Banshees, and Overseer is now over here to spot, and here come the Mutalisks to clean them up. A really big drop of 2 whole medevacs full of Marines, completely stemmed, running down, trying to snipe the 3rd. They are going to get it. Oh man, that is really painful. That is actually the 4th, and the Mutalisks are taking a lot of fire from these Marines as well. It looks like Murder decided he does want to keep that Mutalisk count as low as he can, will sacrifice all of those Marines and medevacs, and it looks like Murder is just going to now try to move out into the middle of the map, potentially try to secure his 4th in that center position. And that actually looks like that's what he's going to do. And Quasar needs to be careful. He's going to fly right over that army and actually just stops, sees his opponent is going to go take that 4th, and is going to try to pick off the tanks. A big stim on all of those Marines. And the Zerglings are now running in to try to engage the tanks. They take a lot of siege tank fire, and Murder going for the Marines really shouldn't be doing that. His Mutalisks need to stay supported with those Zerglings. As long as they are just on their own against those tanks, they won't be able to engage as well as they should. And oh no, abusing that high ground, just running over the space in between the maps, but there are a lot of Marines already in position that will catch those Mutalisks off guard and do a lot of damage to those Mutalisks. So quasar really only just now starting high with the 20-minute mark. He is rebuilding his fourth. His third is only just now mining. His, I guess, third 0.5 base is now also just starting mining. He does have both of his gases, so he is going to be taking those pretty soon. And if we just take a look at the upgrades tab, that will tell upgrades tab. There really needs to be one of those. It does look like Murder is at 2-0 for his vehicles and 2-2 for his bio, whereas Flyer attack is at +1, and for Zerglings they are at, I believe, 1-1. Where are these Zerglings going? Stop running around. Yeah, they are at 1-1, so it does look like, oh no, and here it comes, Murder in with the crazy push timing. He has been doing a lot of damage with these attacks. Let's see if he is able to follow up. Oh, and here's the stim, the siege tanks siege. They don't manage to get any shots off. Let's go ahead and drop the UI if we can. And can we drop the UI, please? Hello? No, it looks like this is one of the patch maps where you cannot do that, so yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Let's just see this engage. Excellent spread. Does have 2 Thors to clear up those Mutalisks if they do bunch up, but there are a lot of Marines currently out in Murder. It does look like quasar is going to try to fly around. A big stim going up for Murder, going to try to take out that base. And here come the Zerglings trying to engage. Excellent spread of the Marines. The Banelings are having trouble finding which pack of Marines to go for. The Mutalisks do try to engage, but they are bunched up attacking the Thors. They take a lot of damage from those Marines and Thors, and it does look like Murder is able to get out of there with a lot of Marines. He does lose all of his siege tanks, but if we just look at these Marines and now the siege tank reinforcement and another Thor streaming across the map, his army is absolutely huge. We take a look at the army tab. As far as supply goes, Murder is nearly doubling the supply, keeping 1.5 times ahead in gas. It's just really not looking so good for quasar. He's trying to get out that spire, trying to get out that greater spire. He actually already has. He's building another spire to try to get double upgrades on those Mutalisks, but that's something he really should have thought of beforehand with getting those extra gases. He didn't have his workers in the gas, so he has been a little bit gas starved. And there it is, quasar, GG's. It does look like game number 1 is finished. Some excellent play from Murder, and I'm trying to bring up my computer to find out which players from which team. quasar for University of Texas at Austin is out, which puts Indiana University at 1-0 in this series so far. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in game number 2.